Okay, it's time again for a quick chat about running shoes. After my last video, my wife made a really good point, and she said to me, I'm actually kind of surprised that you didn't talk about the pair of shoes that you've been raving about ever since you bought them. So here we go. This is the Adizero Evo SL. And in this video, I'm just going to give my overall thoughts about it. So the Evo SL is in this sort of new category of running shoes called high cushioned daily super trainers. And the idea behind the category is simply versatility. It's designed to be the jack of all trades. Easy runs, long runs, up-tempo workouts, race day. You can use it for everything. And I feel like this particular shoe fits that mold really well. This has quickly become one of my favorite pair of shoes to run in. And that's a lot to say because I've probably run over the course of my 30 plus years of running in hundreds upon hundreds of shoes. And there are a handful of them over the years that I can think back on that have kind of topped the pile in terms of my personal favorites. This has become one of those shoes. Super lightweight, engineered mesh upper, kind of disappears when you put it on. You don't really notice anything that irritates your feet or has any fit issues or anything like that. The midsole foam is their Light Strike Pro, which is the same midsole compound that they use in their race day shoes. So it kind of bridges the gap between a daily trainer and a race day shoe, which again is the idea behind the category. The outsole, very simple, has their Continental rubber that they use in the forefoot, two little pieces of rubber in the heel, just in case you are somewhat of a heel striker. I'm actually really surprised that this shoe has held up as well as it has. This is a very thin layer of Continental rubber, and it's pretty flexible. I thought that I was going to go through it relatively quickly, but I have almost 300 miles on this shoe, and it still works just fine. The only gripe, and I'm being really picky on this, is that on my left foot, I've worn off this spot on the bottom of the shoe where there's no rubber. I kind of wish that the rubber came all the way across on the lateral part of the forefoot to give it some coverage. But I'm being really picky with that. That's more of a specific issue that I have with just the way my gait works. Outside of that, this shoe has been great. Lots of cushioning. It feels really springy, so it actually wants to go fast. So if you're even doing like an easy run on it, you can find yourself wanting to just pick up the pace because it wants to go. So I'm probably going to pick up another pair of these, just in a different variation. They now have what's called the Evo SL Woven, which is a woven mesh upper instead of an engineered mesh upper. And they designed that one to fix some of the little complaints that they've gotten about this one, where if you have a narrower foot type or a low volume foot, the mesh tends to kind of bunch up a little bit when you try to fasten it down and secure the laces down to your feet. I haven't had that issue, but my foot is regular width and I have kind of a high volume midfoot. But if you definitely like that more snug fit, that woven upper I think is going to be a nice option moving forward. They also added a gusseted tongue on the woven as well. Here there was some complaints from people where the tongue was kind of shifting around during the runs. Again, that's not something that I experienced, but they're kind of trying to take those little pieces of feedback and incorporate them into an updated version. It's not really, I guess, an official update like the Evo SL version 2. It's just sort of another variation of the same shoe. It's the same tooling on the bottom. But yeah, this is a great shoe. Check it out if you haven't already. It's $150 at most retailers. Some places you might even be able to find them on a slight discount because there's certain colors that go out of style. And I think sometime this year they're probably going to come out with another version of it. So there's my overall thoughts. Give it a whirl. It's the Adidas Adizero Evo SL. Thanks for watching.